Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are picking up the gameplay on the 10th of August 1948. So we're about a month on from the end of the last video, and the game's on pause for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. But first, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about, and much of your comments focused on my storage and the need for cargo connection here. And I think I might have kind of misrepresented this area a little bit in the fact that truthfully these silos are really a temporary solution, because what I want to do in the long term is put in some rail warehouses here with a cargo connection that will allow me to take the crops out here by rail and possibly bring them back to this town here, which will be well, at the moment it's nothing, it's empty fields, but eventually it will be a town. And what I would like to do then is get some food production going in this area, and then this area down here will just be purely for production of alcohol and goods that we need to make money. Because the big issue at the moment is I've got to make some cash, because we're all right, we've got 457,000, but it's not going to last forever. And one thing I am starting to realize about this start and having to use mud roads and really slow vehicles is that everything takes so much longer. And I've also feel that I need to rethink my strategy a little bit, because when I start in the 1960s, the focus is very much on laying out the roads and building roads to expand using trucks. But I think the railway is going to be a lot more important for this series, because to move large quantities of goods around, the rail is got to be the way forward. So that is the key factor. I also like to say thank you to Staffu, who actually kind of suggested that maybe I need to start looking at biofuel, and I think he's quite right. But what I want to do this season is to see how much of these crops we can get in, simply because I've got a sneaking feeling that with the harvesters that are running, that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get things up and running. I've also got this fuel truck that seems to have gone wandering out here when I've got loads and loads of fuel up here as well. Anyway, I've unpaused the game, and the reason the game is on pause is that we're very close to completing this silo. In fact, one more load of concrete and that should be it. Because at the moment all my workforce is down here as well. It will be in a minute. Let me just speed the game up. I think normal speed with this point in time is a little bit kind of this should be the last amount of concrete I think delivered. I'm still a little bit mystified why this guy comes out here. So we've now built this oops, no. So this silo is now finished. What I need to do is get you assigned to the silo. I'm just going to unload, go for 90%. And I am wondering whether I've already got 5 trucks in here, and I'm just not sure with these carry capacities and speeds on the mud roads. I think once we get in the winter cycle, I'm going to need to get the gravel out here. Over here, things are going painfully slow. Plus, I made a bit of a mistake here in the fact that I forgot completely all about the fact that I needed a power supply over here as well. So in some ways, this is not such a big loss. But what we're going to need to do is let this construction office now catch up with its outstanding jobs. In fact, I'm a little bit tempted to turn off the windmill organizer, but I think they've already got all the resources. Let me just see. It's just that, nope, don't have the workforce. But we're getting there. Now, I've done a little bit of work out here with respect to my gravel production, because I'm starting to think big here, because this is going to be the main gravel production for, how can you say, the whole map. So what I've done is I've put in a loader there, and I changed, I think originally I put in a small aggregate storage, but I've had a little bit of a rethink here, and I've gone for a large one. And what I want to do is, if we put the wireframe on, because I'm going to need to try and get this sorted out, is we're going to go here, batteries. I think this is the one I want. And what I would like to do is So I want to double down with respect to this area here. I think what I might do actually is I'll put in, because I am trying to think of what a little bit fair distance ahead now. Part of me says maybe go like this and angle this a little bit like that. There. And then we'll come to factories. And what I want is 2 processing plants here with a bus stop in between. Hopefully that will be good enough. And then if we put a bus stop in between, we just kind of rotate that a smidge. Or maybe put a bus stop there. And of course, we're going to need to put a road up. Now, I'm doing all my planning in mud roads at the moment because what I don't want is for the... Oh, come on. You can do it, game. Yeah, got that through there. And then... Yeah, the reason I'm doing all the planning in mud roads is simply down to the fact that I don't want the construction office to pick up anything I plan over here with gravel. And what I'll do is, but when these are actually going to be built, these are going to be all gravel. That is... Wait, you're meant to be connecting to that one. Okay, if I put that in, maybe if I kind of tilt it, maybe if we put you in about there, like that, and then hopefully that conveyor will go there, and then we're, yeah, a dual mud road connection there. Then, yeah, and I think you can come out and to there like that, and then eventually you can come in and connect to there or something like that once that road's been built. So we've got the 2 gravel processing in with the garage there. And then what I would like is actually just slow this down a bit because I'm a little bit worried about the fact this will run away with me. And what I would like to do is possibly have, and this may look a little bit strange, but what I want is to have like, and this is working on the assumption that, just go for this one, is working on the assumption that the capacity of the conveyors is going to be sufficient to do this job. To be completely honest, I've got no idea whether the capacity is good enough, but and then what we're going to have is another conveyor like that close in. So I better put some, just want to check the footpath situation here. Yeah, we can get a footpath up through there, which can then connect to there. That connect, I don't think that connected, did it? Yep. And then what I want here is 2 large storage, which will make sense eventually. And we're just going to come here. Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? We could put a large storage there and large storage. Oops, got to watch the road. So we'll have to possibly push this one out a little bit far that way. Maybe we'll tilt that slightly. I think I can afford to tilt this one even a smidge more. I can get the road in there. I mean, ideally I would like the road to come. Can we get a road through there? Yes, we can. And a road out there. Can we get... Go on, game. You can put a road under the conveyor. it's not. Okay. That one. Oh, I thought I almost felt I could see a road through there. But it's not, is it? It's not to be. That's okay. We can. I mean, technically, these are just connecting roads. Because we'll have this here, here, here. And if I can get a road through here, somehow, there we are. You can connect there. What I can do is, oops, not want to do that. I can send a road out here to connect to these two warehouses here. So let me just. You can come out like that, and then come all the way down to there. That's too steep, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. And then you can come out. Really annoying. I can't have one more go just to see. Oh no, we got a connection through there. I just need a. See, sometimes if you try, and we'll take a road through there, hook you up to there, and then we'll just accept the conveyor. So what we got now is we're going to have two large aggregate stores out here. One is going to feed to a railway distribution network, and this one is going to feed the construction industry, which I'm going to need here, like concrete and asphalt. It will also be used to deliver the final gravel. So we'll have a gravel pickup point here as well. Anyway, let's just get back and see what the game is doing. Just get rid of the wire mesh. I mean, that is very much long term because I don't really have gravel. Because part of the problem is that I don't actually have the excavators to work the quarries. So we've got power in here, which is good. We just need this working. This is painfully slow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to suspend the brewery because I need this built so that we can get the storage. Let me see what else have you got here. Yeah, you've only got the two jobs. Do you think you could concentrate on those two jobs for me, please, game? And these guys have nearly finished the road. What road's this? Where are you? Yeah, I think you're too short. So what we'll have to do is add you to that list. You're going to have to do that. And now what I need is to try and work on some of these other roads. I wouldn't mind doing that. If we can get that built, and where else can I build something? I can't cut this off just at the moment. I think maybe we're just I think we'll do that connection there as well. I know it means that these trucks are going to have to go all the way around the long way, but I think in the long term that will benefit. Okay, let's see how the crop situation is going. Okay, this is nearly full, which is a little bit difficult. But we are getting crops coming into here, but you can see we're already on the 1st of September, and these fields are rapidly approaching being ready to harvest, but we don't. I'm kind of a bit inclined to get maybe another combine up there. It's going to take a little while to get him up there though. But should have bought this earlier. Harvesting. I think we're get you there. We're going to send you there. So the feeling I'm getting at the moment, what I really need is as combines as opposed to the ability to plow, because well, we didn't actually plow. We didn't sow that field, and we So we sowed every field except this one, which, so maybe we need an extra draft horse as well, possibly to speed the process up. So okay, just speed up a bit again. Sorry. I think we'll buy a nice little cheap. I mean, we could get another tractor. Okay, let's push the boat out and have get another little tractor out to the farm here. I've got a feeling it won't be long before this is full. So we've got that there. I just need, because how fast are these guys going? Yeah, I'm gonna really need to gravel these roads. Okay, we got workforce in here. We just need. Where's my cranes? Why am I not getting cranes in here? I've got one here. I've got one here doing nothing. So why? I mean, you've only got 2 jobs. Where's my cranes? Doesn't make sense. Where's my 2 cranes? I know I've got 2 cranes. Where are you? Oh, you're down here. Okay. But for some reason, is it because we haven't actually finished? No. I mean, this can't see why this can't have a crane. Doesn't make sense. Sometimes this game does confuse me completely. With respect to what it's doing. Right, we've now finished that. Buildings without power supply. Yeah, how much resource wise do you need? Tiny amount. I think what we could do is, then we're down to, I really want to get that finished, so I think what we will do is we'll build no road connection. Okay. Oops, still on railway road. And if we allocate these little small jobs for the moment, and we need to connect that up as well. That shouldn't detract from getting this finished, because this is all about workforce. And I'm a little bit confused over why we're not getting a road crane in here. Maybe the building's too big. Because I think there's one thing I have noticed is that when you've got fairly big buildings, that the game seems to want to use what we call it, tower cranes. And of course I won't get a tower crane for a very long time. Oh, the other thing I do need to do, just suddenly remembered, I just trim that back to there. I need to show you. We're starting to get to a point where the school fills up from time to time, because, well, our population now is 569, and you can see we've got 242 children. This will only take 59. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put a standard school in here. Just tuck it in, take it back a bit like that. And I can put a mud footpath there. Actually, what I'm going to do is start getting a bit more sophisticated. We'll put that in there. That should get auto-detected. Famous last words. Okay. And I'm just wondering where I can put another bit of road in. I think what we could possibly do is I want to keep working back this way for the winter, and I'd really love to do this section out here so that we can kind of start pushing out this way as well. Of course, we've got this whole load of stuff here that needs building, but the focus has to be on here. Because, I mean, what have I got workforce wise? I think I've got the workers. The problem is the what we call it, the actual transporting them. Got a crane missing. See, these cranes like to put in, do these. So how are we doing over here? So it's a little bit of a race, because at the moment we're getting crops in here. We can't do nothing with them, but I need to get this finished, which is going to take 479 work days. I just need more workers in here, a lot more workers. Actually, I've just had a thought. If you're a passenger bus, you go to there. I think we're getting to a point now where what it might pay is to come in here. We'll buy another one of these, and we're going to put you into there. And then this little bus here, what we'll do is your job is going to be to pick up from there all the workers not educated, drop off there. What I want to do is get the workers used to the idea of coming down to here, so that when this is finished, plus if any workers do happen to come down here, they contribute to the construction here. So that's okay. Of 24th of September, and we've barely started the. I mean, we've picked up from this field, this field, this field, and we're picking up from that field. This field's finished, that field's finished. So we are getting into these large fields, but I can't see how I'm going to get out to here before the cold arrives. Okay. Oh, wow, that was quick. Actually, let me just... gotta mess that up a bit, didn't I? Should have built that first. I think what I'll do is I'll just grab, before the school's built, what I'll do is I'll gravel in these, start graveling in some of these roads in this area as well. That should help. So let me just see. You probably need a bigger project as well, because that's quite small. I think, let me just see. I think you can do that bit as well. I think these are going to be too short for the bulldozers, so I think we can put you in there. And get you built. You think you guys can do something for me? Anyway, I think what we can do is just come over here. What I would like here is an unloading bay. So if we come to here, very cool. Actually, no, it'd be in here, won't it? I think. Let me just see. The office will be there. Maybe if I take the road up, let's just cancel this. And if we take the road through like that, and then possibly bring you to there like that, and then I can put a loading bay in there, because this doesn't really need an intermediate conveyor. So say we put gravel, definitely a loading bay, isn't it? Yeah. We have a gravel loading bay there, which means that we can send trucks up here once all this is finished. It's going to be a long way in the future. And then I suppose what I could do is, the problem is we're going to need to bring cement and concrete up to there. In fact, I just had a thought. Cancel. Demolish, sorry. Just take you out back to there, rebuild you. And I think there. And what I want to do is, actually, if we can do this with a road connection. I only need one connection going. Could really do with that. Say like there. And then we can put the loading on this side here. That connect, can't see with the, yeah, so we can put the loading here. And then the idea is with this conveyor, we can take the conveyor down to here, where we can put a concrete plant and asphalt plant, a full-size one, so that we can start to deliver the concrete. What I need to do is think about where I want to put the prefab and brick plant, because, well, bricks need coal, so my instinct is for the brick plant to be put close to where coal is. Now the prefab plant is a little bit more tricky because it needs cement and it also needs gravel, but the problem is that to make cement we need coal. And but I just wonder, let me just have a look here. Small cement plant modding battery. Where's the small? I can't remember where. Small cement plant. Can't see. I think it's not 3 tons of coal. I think it's 23 tons of coal. It could be 3 tons of coal. And we could put in a small cement plant like I've done before. Maybe that's something I need to plan, but again, it's a long time in the future, so I don't really need to worry too much about this at the moment. I think the little cement plant here, or concrete plant here, and the asphalt plant are doing their job though, because at the moment what I'm building isn't particularly that, I can say, concrete and asphalt intensive. See, I knew it was a mistake of doing those, so we'll have to start you. Actually, we'll just assign you both of them. Oh, I can't anyway, can we? So you're built there to see. These guys are just so efficient. You've now built up to here. I think I would like to have this built before the winter. Got a tiny little bit there. Let me do. I got the spores. I think we can complete you. Put in that as a gravel road and get them to build that, and then we'll do the connection through to here, because again we can live without that small barn in the short term. I assume that this is now full. We got nowhere to send it. We're up to 538 here, So I'm not going to be able to store the output, am I? Come on, guys. I want this built. Can you? I'm just annoyed the fact that we won't get a road crane in here. This is built, so this has got a power connection, and this is here. So we're actually producing a little bit more power into here. Let's have a look at our power overlay. Yeah, so it's producing about 0.1 feeding into my grid. I mean, I don't know how much power. I mean, power at the moment is very small, but I think if we can just keep adding to this over time, we might be able to offset some of those costs. Yeah. I mean, the big cost is probably steel. It normally is. Well, fuel and steel, yeah. Food is still quite cheap, which is good. Okay. Page road crew. You come there. What I can do is put a footpath out through here, like that. And we'll build that in one go all the way out to here. Because of course I need to start thinking about my town out here as well. This is the reason why the school's here. Let's just check. We're okay at the moment. Come on. Work harder, please. Work harder. I mean, if I can get the crops stored into here, then we can build the microbrewery and start making a bit of cash. I mean, we are working our workers pretty hard. Got no one moving into there yet, so we've still got the spare accommodation, which is good. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to build this second silo. I was half hoping that I might not, but I think we might, because we're now getting to the point where we're not going to get all these up. These aren't finished yet. We're on the 19th of October. That's growing in progress. This is finished. It's just waiting for somebody to go and harvest it. And I think in some ways I've made a bit of a mistake here. What I should have done is done this. What I should have done is put in the smaller fields. I know I would have got less crops, but I think in the long term that may work. But we may just have to accept that we're going to take losses here. The alternative is that if I can get some space, I could put a small farm down here and allocate a couple of fields to that small farm. And then hopefully they will pick up stuff as well. The more I think about it is I don't need that. Road crew. Okay, you're out of jobs. Where do I want? Wow, you guys are just like grease lightning, aren't you? Okay, we need that built. And I wouldn't mind a connecting road between these two, but that's not going to be there, is it? It's going to have to be there. Well, just put those two connecting roads in, and I wouldn't mind a slightly bigger project as well. In fact, that looks like a good project there. Actually, we'll do that while that's being built as well, so that we get all this connected in quite nicely. Okay, this is built, this is built. Wow. We're gonna pick up you from there to there. And then I'm gonna put a footpath out like that to about there. So we get that built, that built. Oh, how are you doing? You've only got the one job. Can you just focus exclusively? Although I'm feeling I'm wasting resources, because I think what we are going to do is we're going to put another. I think if I no. I'm going to go for it. We're going to allocate that second silo. In fact, I think I will just allocate the. Actually, I just suddenly thought. Where is it? It's the new feature. And then what I can do is just come down here. Construction finished. And then we can just tell it to assign construction. And there should be. Right, we've got it finished. Yes. Crops 100%. Unload. Crops 90%. Gets going. That silo is nearly full. Again, it's this problem with the. I think it was set to 90%. Yeah, it was. I don't know why the aggro farm was in there. And I think what I will do is we're going to buy another covered hole here. What's the biggest one? 16 tons of crops. Going to be very expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it. And you're going to whoops. Actually, no. You're gonna sit there. Actually, no. If you pick up from the farm crops and you drop off their crops. And what he can do is empty the farm so that the covered hole that was in here, a covered hole in it, and then drop off the goods there. So we may get a lot more crops than I thought I was going to get. Okay. We can't build that just yet. Okay, you give an assist on that road there. And what other jobs have you got? I think I'd like to get the school built now. So we got the silo, the school. Kind of overloaded them a little bit, but we're okay. He's actually finished it now. Can I just... I think maybe we'll cancel the school for the moment, and I want the alcohol production going. So we'll get you back onto there. I mean, it doesn't need that much to get this finished. And if we can get this finished and we can start to get the workforce into here to do some alcohol, I'm not too worried about the food production, because our imports for food are still quite cheap. But if we can get some alcohol production going, we'll be looking good. Okay, we're nearly into November. We've got 700 tons there. In some ways, I suppose having this here is going to... Actually, what you... Oops, made a mistake there. Any problem with these... You unload there. Yeah, I put the wrong one on. So we should get another 900 tons in here. So if we can get at least some workforce into here, we can produce alcohol and then we can export it. And that would be absolutely awesome. What's this here? A small barn. We can live without that. Okay, this job is stalled because it needs workers. So you need to be assigned to that. Okay, super crew are working pretty efficiently. I think the next job I want built is that. See if I can build in round here and then slowly work outwards without trying to cause too much disruption to the road network here. So we got this gravel road built. And nearly there, nearly there. Yes. And so we got the workers here. So what we just need now is some workers to get down here who want to work in the factory. We'll reduce this down to say about 11. I don't want everyone working here too hard. So what we got left in the way of jobs here? Got the grain storage, the windmill, medium voltage, unfinished road. I think we can get the school built now. And I think seeing this isn't connected, you can do that and that. And so this is a gym which can make a difference. I think maybe I do need to start working on the footpaths in this area so that they can walk around quicker. We want, look at that, we got alcohol, yes. And what I need now is a little covered truck. I'm gonna buy I don't want an expensive one. How many tons of alcohol can you carry? 5 tons. That will do nicely. For the moment, you're going to go there. You're going to pick up alcohol. Wait until loaded. Go there. And you're going to unload alcohol. Yes, you can do it. At this rate, we may need a loan. What prices do we get for the alcohol? Current prices. See, if we get 273 for a ton, if we can start getting some nice production going, we can make some money. And then, so we got 250 odd tons there. We're still kind of pulling it all into here. And these guys have got the alternative to drop off here. Once the harvest season is over, this truck can then revert back. Where are you going? Probably going to the gas station, yeah. Okay, let me just... Okay, we need another bit of road built. Get that built and that built. It kind of breaks this junction, but I think it'd be worth it in the long term. And of course, it's all close in to where we're meant to be working, so. How are you guys doing? Here we come. Here comes the winter. This is where we're going to get crop losses because the temperature is down to -6. And that hasn't started. You might get some crops from that, but this is where, see, this is still growing, so this is we're going to get losses from that. Probably going to lose this field. This one's still harvesting. We got trucks in here. This one's harvesting. Yeah. Well, it was a good shot, is probably the polite way of saying it. And we got 4.2 tons there. I mean, we got quite a lot of crops to be working with. So I don't think I mean, we got 700 tons there, 1,200 tons there, 11. So we got about 800 tons. So it's probably not going to be enough to keep the alcohol going all the time, but it'll be enough to keep things just turning over quite nicely. We got another 0.7 of a ton and we'll be able to get our first export. And this is going to be enough to need to send her there. Hey, oops. This job is too small as well, so you guys are gonna have to do that little job there. And of course we're now actually, let's celebrate. Time for the statue. Somebody actually recommended the statue way back. I think it was on the first part that we should have a statue to Lenin, so I think we'll put that in. We still don't have any heat here, but we're okay. What jobs have you got? I think for the moment we'll just let the crews catch up with that, and then kind of tempted to give them this as a winter project, because then it would stop them kind of messing things up. In fact, I think I will. I can't build that, but I can build that all the way out to there. Because if that connects this in with a gravel road, what I can do then is start pushing these guys out this way. And we're only going to need the one bulldozer, and we've got 2 bulldozers waiting to work. So maybe I'll just put that in as well as a winter project. Okay. I think we're just about to export our first alcohol. So we'll just keep an eye on that total at the top there. Look at that. What was it? Exports. There we are. We've made 1,345 rubles. True, it's not fantastic, and I don't doubt very much if it's going to cover the 26,000 that I need here, but it's a start. Is probably the polite way of saying it. We need to get more self-sufficient with respect to what things are. So if I kind of go back there, so it's fuel and steel. Gravel's building up, so maybe we need to prioritize a little bit of the gravel, and we could get some. I mean, another industry that I could focus on is getting this up and running, producing logs, so that we can start be self-sufficient in boards, and we can export some boards as well. No workers, yes, well, because it's winter, so things could get a bit tight and things could go a little bit wrong, so we're gonna have to be a little bit more focused. That builder's lost. This one's definitely lost. This one's lost. There's a tiny bit there. I'm kind of wondering whether I need some more ability to plough, but that's no good if I can't actually gather the crops. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.